Let me ask a question. Are you doing that so that I will tape it and then put it on here and then you can say I broke confidentiality? Because you tried that one other time when that guy that I'm pretty sure had something to do with you guys picked me up out there because he had a camera in his car the whole time. The only reason I got fishy was because he would say things that I hadn't told him that are like um, vague things that you would know about my personality. Because you got none of you guys ever tried to get to know me, but you pick it out of like videos or like casual conversations that we've had. But that felt like a setup too. But I'm feeling like you're just doing this so that like you can get me on something because you've been trying since the very beginning to set me up. The very first day when my child found a little baggie of white powder, and then there was a whole meeting about that in which you told us that it was illegal for you to survey us in our private domiciles, which I would assume would be our devices as well, correct? So, no, none of it. You are not going to set me up so that you can get me on something so that you don't have to take accountability for all this horse shit. Okay? Mm-mm. And like I said in the email, and I know you're watching because there's always retaliations after I post a video, but we all act like this isn't happening because nobody ever mentions this. This is the most ridiculous bullshit. But yeah, I am getting legal representation. I was getting it when I leave here because I know that anything attached to you and this organization is going to be tainted in some way. So, no more excuses, no more gaslighting, no more trying to make me feel like I'm crazy, no more blocking my phone calls, no more canceling my rides. And then what? Friday when you're actually gonna let me use the van, where are you gonna fucking drop us off? Hmm? Gonna drop us off at the quick check like you do other people with their garbage bags full of their stuff and their babies? You gonna do that? Where are you gonna drop us off? Hmm? Because you've already sabotaged every possible outlet I could have for us to get out of here. And I certainly don't want to live in this town. I don't want my child to be in this place. You've established that nothing connected to you and this organization for us will be safe. Okay? So even if I do leave my stuff in your storage container, I'd be afraid that you would go through it because nothing here is private, nothing is sacred, including therapy. Nothing we tell you in therapy is safe or sacred. I want to be completely free of you and every single person that has been involved in this. And I don't want a single one of you to have any of our documentation, any knowledge of our whereabouts after we leave here, which is why I am going to get representation when we leave here. It's not a joke, it's not a threat, it's a promise. It's happening. You and this whole community have proved that you are not safe for our family. I'm going to say most of the other families that are in this program, unless they comply, unless they keep your secrets, unless they become an op for you. So, no, there's no more games, there's no more any of it. I'm done. You have fucked us so royally. Everything that you've been involved in, every single thing that I have given you information about, you have gone behind me and fucked it up for me, or you've gotten somebody else to. So no, we're not playing games anymore. And everything that I'm saying here, I'm going to say to you in email, so it is in writing, and you can't shred those. You can't shred. I mean, you've got your cyber stalking team, but you can't shred your digital footprint or like you can papers. And it was super weird that that was brought up to me when I was asking what was going on over here beside Safe House. There was um, some sort of, I don't know, community celebration next down the road next to the Safe House, and I was asking about that. But she kept mentioning that there was a shredding party at the library. I was like, I know where the library is. I wasn't talking about that, but she was really adamant about telling me that there was a shredding party at the library. Why are you telling me that? I wasn't asking about the library. I was asking what was happening because they were blocking it off and blocking off traffic right here. I know where the library is. Why did you keep mentioning that? And then there was another point where I made a video where I spoke about shredding and then walked downstairs and there was a big bag of shredded documents. Not even shit, and then I wrote down the exact date that that happened because it was fucking weird. Because everything is fucking weird. And it doesn't have to be. It never had to be. That's all you guys. Because apparently you're doing something underneath the surface that you don't want people to know about. And you're trying to cover it up and intimidate me and keep me from talking. I'm just talking about what happened to us. I don't even know what the fuck y'all are doing down there, and I don't care. But you've made it my problem because of all the other stuff. So all of that, that's on you. I don't even give a shit what kind of illegal ways you're trying to make money. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care. What I'm concerned about is what the fuck you've done to us and our family and how royally you fucked me so that when I leave here, there's so much more I have to clean up than what I initially started with. That has nothing to do with me. It was all stuff you did. And you don't want to take responsibility for it. You want to blame us when you fuck up our shit because you're so concerned about spying on us and watching our every move and watching our children and how they act and trying to catch us doing something because you're doing something. You see what I don't think you see what I'm getting at. I don't want to make content like this. I don't want to be involved in any of this. But I'm not going to fucking leave her homeless after all that all that you've done. All because you didn't want me to do this as a career. Because you wanted me to make money how you wanted me to make money. For you. Not for us, not for our family. Not just to get us to a point of stability. You just want control of everything. For whatever hangups you've got that has nothing to do with any of us. You just want to control us. That's not what I signed up for. Because that's what I left. You see, every aspect of my life was under somebody's control who didn't give a shit about us, which is why we ran away from it, because everything was coercive control and manipulation and gaslighting to get me to do what they wanted. So I ran from that because I wanted stability and a life that we could be proud of. And what we're leaving here with can be further from what I wanted to build for us. But see, what I want to build for us doesn't have anything to do with anyone else other than us. Because we also ran away because we weren't allowed to be ourselves. Because everybody else had an opinion about who the fuck we were and what we deserved and who we were supposed to be. And those ideas couldn't be further from what is best for us. And if you are clear, making it very, very obvious, very clear that you don't give two shits about what's best for us, what's that? Something in my hair, then you don't get a say. You don't get to. Because if you hadn't kept blocking every outlet for me to make money that was best for me and my physical disability, then you would have gotten paid. You see what I'm saying? I would have paid you because I don't like owing people. But once I started seeing that it wasn't going to matter what I tried to do, what job I tried to apply for, you were going to go in and block it because you didn't want me to be stable. I'm just going to sit here and wait till it's done, till we can leave somehow and go somewhere else. And maybe they won't do this kind of shit. But I'm not going to let you get away with it. And I'm going to find out why it was so important for you to do all this, to go so far extra with all of it. We're going to find out why. Because you cyber stalked me. You had me followed everywhere I went. You had people report back to you everything I was doing, what I was buying, what I was eating, what we were drinking, who interacted with us in this tiny little square area where I can't, because everybody's in it. Everybody's got a fucking opinion. But nobody wants to help. Nobody wants to get to know us. Nobody wants to actually do what they're supposed to do, what they get paid for. Shit. Why the fuck would I waste my time and my physical energy when it is so very limited? Which is why I set all this up and I tried to get help get an LLC. I tried because I told you this is what I want to do. This is what's best for me. This is what I'm good at. This is what I can build. But it was about what you guys wanted, not what was best for us, not what would help us heal from the fucking horrendous trauma that we went through that you guys don't seem to believe even happened. So you act accordingly to that too because you didn't try to get to know us. You listen to our stories, you listen to our truth, and rather than hear us and work with it, you decided that you were going to take that, everything we told you, and use it against us to try to hurt us rather than help us. So, I'm going to keep talking about it so that I end up leaving here alive. Because I know what kind of lengths some of you will go to get me to shut up. And I ain't walking out of here in a casket. I fought too fucking hard. And you're not taking my baby from me. You were supposed to help us. You did not. You did the opposite. You hurt us further. So, I am at least going to make sure that you never do this to anybody else again. Any of you. And that some of you don't get to ever work with people again like this. Because you don't deserve your fucking positions. Okay? If you don't think I deserve food or stability or a home or my mail or whatever was in my mail that was so important that you had to keep it, then I'm going to make sure that you don't get to do this to anybody else ever again, not another fucking family. Don't advertise that you're LGBT friendly or that you're open minded in any kind of way, because in actuality you're all very, very conservative people. I've heard your actual fucking opinions when you're whispering to each other because you're so fucking codependent and so worried about what everybody else is thinking that you will go to such insane lengths to hurt people that don't agree with your ideology. I mean, which discrimination would you like me to go with? The disability one? The gender identity sexuality one? Which one? Which one is the one that you're using as an excuse to treat us like this? Because what I'm saying and why I'm getting legal representation is that I've got all of them pretty much in my pocket. Okay? And the fact that you sat there and you mocked me when I cried to you about my physical disability and how I couldn't walk like this, that it was killing me, and you sat there and you go, what do you want us to do? Buy you a car? And then you help other fucking people get a car that don't have physical disabilities, but they was working. They was working and they was paying you. And I couldn't. What thing would you like me to go with? Because there's a whole handful of them. Discrimination, the stalking. One of you used your own high school fucking picture in one of the fake profiles because you think I'm so fucking stupid because I wear these and I dress the way I do, discriminating against me, that you decided that I wouldn't have the balls or the brains to fight you back because there were so many of you. And that, my friends, is why you don't judge a book by its cover. Because this book is going to burn you all to the ground for what you did to us. See, I ran last time that a whole community did this to me. And fucking put dead animals under my porch and went through my garbage and slashed my tires and slashed my brakes and spit on my car. So I ran away because I was so scared of them. Because they were all connected with the judges and the cops and the fucking social workers. Everybody was connected. So I ran because I couldn't fight them all. And I came here and I told you all my story. And some of you cried with me. Some of you held my hand and cried with me and told me what an amazing mother I am. And I believed you. And I cared for some of you deeply. A few of you, especially my last case, I cared. I loved you. I believed you. I don't now. And all bets are off. I want what's mine back. I want something for my pain and fucking suffering, both mental and physical. I want justice this time for both of us. And I am not backing down from any of you. I don't care. You can hate me all you like. And if you participated in it and you pretended to be my friend, well, hate it for you. Because I am getting everybody's who was involved in this. Well, let's just say, I hope for your sakes and your kids' sakes that you weren't. Okay? Because a lot of you I really deeply cared for. But you didn't care for me. And that ain't on me. Because I don't pretend with people. I don't pretend to care. I actually do. And that's what makes us different from you.